is my pleasure to introduce the judge for the grand final of this competition. One of the United Kingdom's well-known judges who has enjoyed much success with breeding and showing is Don Zita Brook-Salwa. He has a long experience of judging breeds and has judged all over the world and extensively throughout the UK. Please give a very warm welcome to David Guy.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, be prepared for a fantastic spectacle of breeding excellence and a chance to show your appreciation by congratulating all the breeders' teams as they enter the ring in their group order. We see the Zentar Lhasa Apsos. We see the Balgai Tibetan Spaniels.
So you join us in the main ring now for one of the real spectacles of Crufts. This is the breeders' competition being judged this year by David Guy. I'm joined by Frank Kane in the commentary box, and we've got the Zentar Lhasa Apso coming into the ring, followed by the Balgai Tibetan Spaniels.
And then another set of Lhasa Apso with the Timazinti kennel.
Such a lovely competition, this. Breeders entering 3 or more dogs from their kennel to exhibit the beautiful harmony of good type, good breeding, and of course a richly deserved win for any breeder who actually manages to get through this.
And the evenness of type is what the judge is looking for. Good type and good quality throughout the whole group. A nice little set of Pomeranians here from the Avrocortheus kennel. Then a lovely set of pugs coming in now. The Rodenash have had a great year with Mrs. Story.
Followed by miniature pinchers. This is the Keljansi kennel. Of course, a big feature of this competition too is that the handlers are all dressed so beautifully.
Coordination, yes. And here's another set of pugs from this Sunley kennel, Mr. Walker.
Next group we see is the Pipiton Coton de Tulier.
Now the distinctive outlines of the Coton de Tulier from the Cotton kennel. A relatively rare breed in the country.
Oh, striking coats of those Hungarian Vizsla.
And here the waving tails of the Nova Scotia duck-tolling retrievers. The high carried tail with the white tip is a breed feature.
Oh, very smart jackets on the handlers of these lovely Welsh Springers.
The red and white colouring of the dogs comes up really well, really eye-catching on those Welsh Springers. And now the very workman-like black Labradors from the Podiel kennel.
They're followed by the Elgin Field Spaniels.
A nice group of Field Spaniels, liver and black.
Yes, both colours. It's nice to see both colours.
To see the evenness in both colours. Then these
lovely Spanish water dogs, the Chanderhill kennel. Or are those the Lagotto Romano? So they are, so they are.
And here are the Blue Roan Cocker Spaniels from the...
Please welcome the Acna Canadian Eskimo dogs.
Yes, we were missing a group of Spanish water dogs, and we've got lovely Lagotto Romagnolo instead.
New grade Newfoundlands.
Now, impressive tartan coming in with the Newfoundlands, tartan sashes and tartan skirts.
Alaskan Malamutes.
Very smart and all moving beautifully coordinated. The power of the Alaskan Malamute.
Now we see the Listovia Pyrenean Mountain Dogs.
Oh, what a beautiful group of Pyrenean mountain dogs. They've come from the Listovia kennel.
And here the Cardigan Corgis coming in. Grindle and Whites with their handlers.
Are the Sandy Trail Pyrenean Sheepdogs.
Ah, the Pyrenean sheepdogs. wonderful, light, athletic herding breed.
Such a characteristic movement, that, isn't it?
And the little
Fleet of
French
foot.
berets and all the handlers.
Yes.
and here's a group of tricolour Pembroke corgis.
Tails all wagging.
Irish Terriers.
Smart red jackets of the Irish Terriers, these from the Holborn Kennel.
And you know, they are a vulnerable breed, under 300 registrations. So nice to see a group of them here. And here are the Parson Russell Terriers, the Digger Den Kennel, a good name for a kennel of Parson Russells.
And look at those hunting pings.
And here the very smart Jack Russell Terriers.
A breed that's really taking off in the show ring here. They may have been established on the sofa for a jolly long time, but not long in the show ring and doing so well.
A very nice group of Manchester Terriers, distinctive outline, lithe and athletic.
The Watercroft Norfolk Terriers.
They will be followed by the Crilly Airedales.
Here come the kings, the king of the terrier group, the Airedale from the Crilly Kennels, and Mr. and Mrs. Turner.
And the Dyke Basset Hounds.
Here we go into the scent hounds now, lower to ground, the Basset hounds.
The tan and white and the tricolour leading the group there.
Next to enter the ring is the Mummy Sammy
And
miniature smooth.
there's the little Petit Basset Griffon Vendéenne, coming from the Eryland Kennels.
Smooth-haired Dachshunds.
From the Budaxi Hounds.
Again, two colours there, beautifully coordinated.
And here's another group of Petit Basset Griffon Vendéenne, the Mordaxi Kennel.
From Diane and Phil Reed. And then the last of our breeders groups, this is the Deja Whippets.
This fantastic showpiece is special to Crufts. It's the highest number of top dogs you will see concentrated.
And then
in one
look
ring
at that ring.
any other championship.
More dogs than you'll see in this main ring at any other stage. Absolutely fantastic spectacle.
At the championship shows.
The best of British dog breeding for David Guy, who of course will have prejudged these, so he'll have looked at these dogs outside the ring. It would take far too long to do it all within the ring, and he'll have a short list that we'll then see in more detail.
And you may notice that some of the kennels have 4 dogs, some have 3 dogs. It's nothing to do with quantity, it's the evenness of type through the whole group. All of these groups had to qualify throughout the year at championship shows. They've amassed a number of points to get here and to get into the main ring at Crufts, which is quite an experience for all of them.
Perfect opportunity to show your appreciation for each of these magnificent breeder groups.
So David Guy going to take a longer look at these now.
Bred by Mrs. Eileen MacDonald. She comes from Perthshire. This team consists of Heidi, Willow, Finley and Rio.
Now the judge is going to send them up and down to check their movement, soundness of movement and breed-specific movement important.
And we've got Michaela Donaldson, Pauline Bevis, Debbie Hall and Pam Wayman handling these Balgate Tibetan Spaniels, Heidi, Willow, Finley and Rio.
And very nicely choreographed on the turns there. So the judge is looking to see that they all have correct breed type, that they're sound movers and have quality. And round they go. Travelled a long way from Perth in Scotland. Regular exhibitors at Crufts and throughout the country.
So here we have our second group.
The Timazenti Laza Apsos.
Susan Sykes, Ida Watts, Joan Scull and Lena Schuckhart handling. And we've got Libby, Henry, Kiki and Leo in the ring.
Yes, 2 dogs and 2 bitches, and you can spot the difference. The dogs being slightly bigger, but this is a very nice even group. They all have the same balance and proportions. The lovely tail carriage over their backs. Marvellous group.
That proud high head carriage that the Laza Apso has. Now, one of my favourite breeds, the miniature Schnauzer. This is 3 pepper and salt from the Wellingley Kennel. Deirdre, Kevin and Rita are the dogs, handled by Karen Davidson, Sarah Jarvis and Liz Longdon.
And you see the compact bodies, very sturdy, wonderful crisp wire coats on top. This is called pepper and salt. They're banded shades of grey in the coat.
And that coat's harsh to the touch. You want a nice sloping top line from the shoulders to what we call the croup, the rear end of the dog. Nice high set tails cranked up. Full of attitude, a miniature Schnauzer. Look at those gorgeous moustaches and eyebrows.
And all beautifully trimmed in peak condition, smart as a box of paints.
On now to the Lariva Pomeranians. Averil Corthera Purdy in this ring for the breeders' competition every single year. That's real consistency. This is Tarquin, Quadro, Capo, and just read to be confirmed is number 4.
Jaffa, I think we'll call it Jaffa.
We'll call it Jaffa.
Yes,
Let's do that. And Averil herself handling, as well as Matthew Jones and Linda Matthews.
Buoyant little poms. Yes, it's one to take the leadership over the others here.
Yes, this one rather play. Look at those little faces. They're absolutely delightful little dogs.
They're playing Follow My Leader.
Full of character. So these 4, Clyde, Gloria, Stella and Tequila are the dogs, handled by Kath Story, Sian Hindle, Gemma Pike and Leanne Lindsay.
And this is a very impressive group. Wonderful black pigmentation on the faces, a little bit of wrinkle on the heads we can see there, which is quite correct. We call it the work in the head. The tails curled tightly over their back.
No exaggeration, stocky, sound, able little dogs.
Step out with style, yes. Fine coats. Very nice group.
Three gorgeous deep russet brown coats. Hungarian Vizsla, this is Duna, Aragon and Marnie, handled by Simon Chalice, Katie Chalice and Elaine Bradley, I think.
Yes.
Or it might be Derek, is it Derek Hardcastle in there?
The all-purpose gun dog, the Hungarian Vizsla. They can hunt, put up the birds, they can point when they scent birds and they can retrieve them. So they all-rounder gun dog. A gaunt head and expression. Beautiful.
And Vizsla's, if you talk to anybody who owns these dogs and works them, they will always say they would never have anything else. They're the most fantastic workman-like dogs. So, little group of Norfolk Terriers. Crumpy, Susie and Dusty.
The Watercroft Kennel comes from up near Newark. So what the judge is looking for here is this compactness of body and good substance. They're low to ground.
Properly cobby little dogs, aren't they? They're personification of that word. Folded ears, of course, in the Norfolk. And now the final group of breeders. Terriers, this the Airedale Terrier. B, May, Ruby and Max, with Roland Turner, Jane Turner, Manuel Fernandez and Christine Spee handling.
And it's wonderful to see a group of Airedales getting this far. We don't see big numbers in the breed now, but here 4 typey quality Airedales and lovely temperaments and all getting on well together. Alertness on the tiptoe of expectation, we say, all raring to go. There he's just getting into his trotting stride there, very attentive to his handler.
Long head on this breed, very distinguished looking.
Yes.
So that's our shortlist. We've had a chance to see them all in a little more detail. And now David Guy will select who's going to win the Breeders' Competition for 2020. Much coveted prize. Look at those poms.
Now,
like little carbon copies of each other.
yes, one that's made from one mould. Now, Jessica, have you a favourite here? What do you think is going to win here?
Well, I have to stand up for the miniature
Ah,
Schnauzers
yes,
just because
it
I love
is.
them.
The Lars's
It is.
beautiful. One of my favourite group. Marvellous. The Timmerzinti kennel.
And you
Mrs.
did say,
Scarlett
didn't
Sykes.
you, what a picture they were going round.
And
so
there, my
even.
other favourite, the pugs have come in now. Marvellous. The Rodenash pugs.
And I think the Lariva Pomeranians have been pulled out too.
And in 4th place come the Tibetan Spaniels from the Balgay kennel.
Again, may I ask you to congratulate all the other shortlisted breeders' teams and their lot. Congratulated by David Guy and the new winner.
Yes.
So there they are, our winners of the Crufts 2020 Breeders' Competition, the Timmerzinti Lhasa Apsos.
Sarah White of Armory and Vince Hogan of Our Dogs to do the presentations for us. Incidentally, Our Dogs are celebrating their 125th anniversary this year, very much in line with Crufts, in fact.
I'm sure he's congratulating the breeders on their quality dogs. Presentation from Vince Hogan, the editor of the dog magazine, Our Dogs.
The winners. I think we really
It's a very nice family of Lhasa.
You can't manage to do rosette there, can you? Sorry, I was just going to move out your way.
Vince pinning on the rosettes, that's nice.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a quick word with our winner here. That looked a rather emotional moment. I think your dog wants to tell me something too.
She does, yes.
Can you just tell us a little bit about your kennel? Why was that such an emotional moment?
Well, Mum's been breeding them now for 40 years. I've been with her for 15, and it's just our team, and we're so proud.
You had big cuddles all round. Can you just tell us the names of the dogs and the members that you've got here handling?
Right, this one's Libby. That's Henry with Ida. Mum's got Kiki, and Lena's got Leo.
That's fantastic. Well, huge congratulations. What a win for you here at Crufts. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the winners of the Breeders' Competition at Crufts, the Lhasa Apsos.